that talking about getting swept up, getting moved.
Mhm.
That was that natural thing, especially transcending ego, what have you,
What have you?
dude. I don't get moved by anything like that.
Ever.
Not the like. Now, granted, I like for instance, I don't like concerts that much. Like,
What was the last one you've been to?
oh shit, it's been over 10 years.
Holy shit! Really?
I don't. Every concert I've been to, too, I was dragged there by a significant other or just a couple of friends that had a free ticket, and I was
Wow.
like, okay. And music I like and whatnot, like, I didn't like it. Like, I didn't. I don't mean that okay, sorry. Not that I didn't like it, but I didn't feel what other people were feeling. And here's the other thing, though.
Interesting.
Same thing with sports. I've been to a good amount of sporting events. There's a bunch of different types of ones too. NFL teams and the college football and basketball and just like, but I'll be like, yeah, and I'll feel really fucking weird because I just do not mean it at all. And people will be like, they'll make the whole stadium or the whole like building will do that, and I'll feel weird or I feel like impotent doing it because I don't feel it. And I have now I'll say one thing is that I do enjoy when there's a Dharma recovery meeting I go to. I told you that before. It's recovery based on Buddhist principles, but we do like a 10-minute to 15-minute meditation in the room of all of us. And I do feel something from that, but for the most part though, like that sort of thing that you get caught up in, you lose yourself. I never lose myself. I already got Find My Phone app on the thing. I'll always be able to find myself. Like, and I think now here's the reason that I would give to feel less shitty, which may have a little truth, but it's not the full truth. Is that I do have a mind that is always commentating on stuff. So it always interrupts that ability to fully sink in. It's like trying to submerge into the hot tub, and it's like, oh, wait a second, okay, all right. And then you're just like, no, wait, I got to get up for this, and it's so that it always interrupts that, so I never fully get on board. That is a part of it, though. However,
that's deep, though.
It is
because okay, so
the narrator.
I have a question first, and then I'll go back to the narrator part because the narrator I think is really getting to the core of it. When you played sports,
yes,
and you won a big game, high school, whatever. Could you lose yourself in that moment?
Oh yeah. So it's so funny you brought that up because that was the thing. I had notes here and I never bring them. But that was the thing that it's so funny I remember a huge Husker game when there was this game-winning goal. So I know people that don't care about sports, but basically this huge big thing where a stadium of 80,000 people, I think even the opposing team was like, fuck yeah, because it was so exciting. I didn't get swept up in that, but I do get swept up in meaningless, pointless fucking softball.
Yeah. When you're playing.
When I'm playing, like when people are like, let's go and stuff like that. And pickup football between a bunch of people who should not be playing pickup football. It's some high school thing like field that we trespassed on. It just in the middle of some Sunday in October. That
guaranteed we're fighting our friends.
It doesn't mean anything. And I'm not talking about in our teens. I'm talking about like being late 20s, early 30s. I get swept up in that, but so here it comes down to the ugly truth.
Yeah.
I think that happens because I am participating in it.
Yes.
And I think my ego and my narcissism, the reason I don't get swept up in a lot of these things is because I have this yearning to be a part of it. There's one thing that I know, and I'm working on. I don't know how I'm working on.
Let them cook.
But be humble. I don't like being a spectator.
Interesting.
There's something about that. I do not like.
He's not a cuck, folks.
Dude, no.
He has to be in there.
If anybody's disappointing here, it's this guy. But I remember one of the worst experiences. God, it sounds so awful, but I remember I went with a significant other to see Kevin Hart.
In a life of plenty worse experiences.
I know, right? I'm not even talking about when I had to go through withdrawals in jail. This was way worse. I went to Kevin Hart, thing. No, nothing about Kevin Hart, but I remember I was doing stand-up at the time, and I started drinking again, so that didn't help. But
Classic.
that ego part of me was like, I wish this was me. This sucked. I think I had a bad set before I went to it, too, and I just fucking sat there and was just faking like, but just like...
Complete psychopath.
This fucking toxic, fucking, like... Patrick Bateman. It's like just this like it's me and I'm I just.
I wish I was a cool funny black guy.
Dude, I'll go for black. God, and it's. But that was a bad part of my life where it was more toxic and I didn't have any real growth or anything like that.
Interesting.
Far from it now, but it's still there, And again, so I would say the communal stuff, not so much because it was funny you brought up earlier. I wish I could sing like fucking playing instruments. I see people doing that. I was like, man, that'd be sick. I'm never gonna practice at it, but
Absolutely.
I wish it was the Matrix thing where you could just download the ability. Like,
Me too, dude.
fuck kung fu. I want to learn how to fucking play the piano.
Absolutely.
But it's so when it's performance stuff like that, I think it's more ego. But for even some others, like I talk about like just group events. When you're just with a group of people and people are joking around, like even field trips. If you can remember when you were a younger kid. I think this is where the narrator problem comes in, where just my mind is always interrupting my ability. Because I know it's so there, and I know it so well, because in practicing meditation, I get it fucking full force. Because most of my meditations, there's no guided or anything. It's silent. Sometimes just staring at a wall. And you get to feel, he's like, oh, I got the megaphone. I have the...
Just screaming in your head.
My turn, yeah. Why do you think about that? You're probably still holding on to that, but you're only holding on to that because you're lonely. And, just like, dude, I'm just trying to stare at a wall.